Hey family, happy Wednesday. I hope your day's off to a great start. Welcome to today's session of Daily Bread. For today's Daily Bread, I'm going to read to you from Colossians chapter 3, verses 1 through 2. So, let's get started. Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. When a sinner comes to faith in Jesus Christ, he will proclaim his faith in front of hundreds of people, and he'll do that by means of baptism. And baptism is the symbolism of Jesus' death and resurrection. So when you're dunked under the water, that symbolizes the death of your old self. And when you are raised out of the water, that symbolizes your new life in Jesus Christ. So here in Colossians chapter 3, Paul is telling us that since we've been raised with Christ, we ought to think on things of Christ, on heavenly things. And to do so, we need to practice mental discipline. And mental discipline doesn't just mean having a positive attitude, because if you look up the word positive, there are many definitions in different contexts. The definition that stood out to me was admirable, desirable, and beneficial. All good things. And do they not describe our good Lord? So in order to practice mental discipline, the believer must adhere to the words of Paul in Philippians chapter 4, where he says that we ought to think on things that are true, honest, noble, pure, and good. And apart from the Lord, there is no good. There is no positivity. James 1 tells us that everything good comes from God. So in essence, positivity comes from God. So fellow believers, if you set your hearts and minds on earthly things, you can expect earthly results. But if you set your hearts and minds on Jesus Christ, you can expect heavenly results. I pray that this message has touched your life, and I pray that the Lord bless you, keep you, shine his face upon you, and give you peace. In Jesus' name.